Morning, everybody. How we doing this morning? Thank you for joining us today for our 45-minute stick mobility class. As always, have a kitchen chair ready available for you, a pad for your knee, wall or a door jamb, and then also, like always, don't take anything to the point of pain, folks. So we're going to go through these motions, self-regulate. So if something feels a little uncomfortable for you, just stay in that area where you feel good until you get a little bit more accustomed to it, and then start to increase your ranges of motion. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Let's grab our sticks. Let's get those feet warmed up. We're going to set our feet about shoulder width apart. Let's place the sticks in front of the toes at about 8 inches or so in front. Reach up at the top. As always, if you're a little bit taller and your sticks are a little too short, just prop those bad boys up onto an elevated platform, and then you've got longer sticks. Here we go. Ready? And let's hang. So we're going to wake those arm lines up. We're already gripping. And now let's bring the heels up. And let's wake those feet up. Bring the heels down slowly. Back up. Down slowly. Back up. Down slow. Let's go 2 more. 1 more. And now back down. Excellent. Okay. Let's transition. I'll change my angle a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Let's bring our feet about 1 inch apart. We're going to place the sticks right next to the toes, right next to the little toes, and then move them a couple inches away. Let's take the hands, reach up at the top. Let's step back with the right foot. So your right foot is back. Your back heel is up. From this position, we're going to push the sticks into the floor with our hands at about 40% tension. So lock those lats down. You're going to feel that tension all the way through the arm lines. Start to shift your weight forward so that right foot is pushing into the floor to shift you forward, and bring your left heel up. So you're on the toes on both feet, carrying most of your weight now on your left toes, and now rotate to your left. So we're turning towards that front leg. Breathe. Come back to center. Ease back, and let's repeat that. Regrip if you need to. Ready? Here we go. Push yourself forward through your right foot. Elevate that left heel. And now rotate towards your front leg. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Come back to center. Let's go 1 more time. Ready? Shift forward. Rotate towards your front leg. Back to center. And relax. Not everyone's going to be able to get their front heel up really high. Your toes may not like extension too much, and it's perfectly fine. As long as you start to take weight off that heel and move it onto the toes, that's what we're looking for. Okay, ready? Now let's switch feet. So your left leg is back, heel is up. Shift your weight forward. We're pushing the sticks into the floor, 40% tension. Bring your right heel up, and now turn to your right. You're turning in towards your right leg. Come back to center. Ease off. Rep 2. Here we go. Push the sticks into the floor, 40% tension. Shift your weight forward. Bring that right heel up. And now rotate to the right. Back to center. Ease off. Let's go 1 more rep. Here we go. Ready? Push the sticks to the floor, 40% tension. Shift your weight forward. And now rotate to your right. Back to center. And relax. Good. Let's put 1 stick down. With your other stick, let's place that behind your mid-back in the crooks of your elbows. So this is what the back profile should look like. All right? From here, let's go down into that horse stance. So we want to take our feet nice and wide And here's our side profile. We want our head stacked over our shoulders and our shoulders stacked over our hips. So we drop the butt down a little bit and tuck the pelvis. So don't let your butt go back. Squeeze your glutes and tuck the pelvis underneath. All right? Hold that position. And now what we're going to do, keep your hips square. So that means if we have two red lasers coming out from your hips, they should be facing forward the whole time. Look straight ahead. Do not pick a point straight in front of you, and do not take your eyes off of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that right hand and reach across your body. So your right hand is reaching across to the left. Squeeze your glutes and really push the feet into the floor so that your hips do not rotate. What we're actually doing is we're disassociating between your hips and your lumbar spine. Now let's rotate the opposite direction. Take your left hand, reach across your body. Really squeeze those glutes, especially the left glute. So the left glute can really engage, push that left foot into the floor to help prevent rotation of the left hip. Let's go back, reach across the body with the right hand. Once again, take the right glute, engage it, push that right foot into the floor to really create that disassociation. Keep those hips square. Now one more, reaching across your body with the left hand. Your left glute is really engaged. Really push that left foot into the floor so that it stays in place. By keeping your head in place, you're also creating disassociation between your thoracic spine and your neck. All right? Now let's rotate through the hips and the head. So let's reach across to the left. So the right hand is reaching across. We're going to let the hip rotate this time. See how my back hip is turning? But keep your feet planted to the floor and let your head turn. Now let's come back the other way. And as you do that, you're going to feel that torque at the foot, through the ankle, into the knee, and into the hip. Back to the left. Back to the right. Now come back to center. Now let's go through full rotation. So as we rotate to the left, we're going to take that right foot, really plant it into the floor, corkscrew the floor, and get full rotation through there. Here we go. Ready? Push your right foot into the floor. Turn your heel. Turn your foot. Right now, your weight should be pushing over onto your left hip. As you can see, I have quadruple extension through the toes, ankle, knee, and hip. Maximal rotation. Come back to center, stop, and now let's go to the right. Quadruple extension through the toes, the ankle, the knee, and the hip on that left side. Back to center, stop. One more time in each direction. Ready? Plant that right foot into the floor, corkscrew the foot, rotate it, and rotate as much as you can. Back to center. One more to the right. Ready? Here we go. Back to center and relax. Okay. Let's get some kayaking in. Let's get those shoulders warmed up. Set your feet a little wider than hip width apart. We're going to keep a nice tall position here. So from here, looking straight down river and start kayaking. The forward movement, try to keep your hips nice and still. So try to keep those hips square. You want to feel the shoulder blades gliding along the rib cage. You're going to feel that front part of the arm line, the chest activated. It should actually be trying to shorten the stick because it's creating that anterior tissue is creating this movement. Breathe. And now reverse. So now you should feel the back of the arm line pulling the stick apart because now it's your posterior or back tissue line that's actually driving this movement. Keep the glutes engaged so the hips do not move. So keep those hips nice and still. And relax. Let's go overhand grip. Take a nice wide hand position. Make sure those pinkies stay firmly engaged with the stick. Let's bring our feet together. So we're going to coordinate work on some coordination here. Arms up, pull apart on that stick at about 40% tension. Let's step forward with the left foot. The back heel stays up. Pulling apart on the stick, rotate to the left. Step back. Ready? Switch feet. Keep pulling apart on that stick. Right foot steps forward. Rotate to the right. Bring it back. Okay, ready? Still pulling apart. Step forward with the left foot. Rotate to the left. And now we're going to switch it up a little bit. As you come back, shorten the stick. And you should feel your anterior arm line. You see the action that I'm doing here, trying to shorten the stick. Okay, ready? Pull apart on the stick. Step forward and rotate to the right. Push in on the stick and drive back. Ready? Pull apart on the stick. Step forward with the left foot and rotate to the left. Push in on the stick and step back. Ready? One more. Pull apart on the stick, step forward, rotate to the right. Push in on the stick and bring it back. Excellent. Okay, let's grab both sticks again. Let's bring our feet about 4 to 5 inches apart. Place the sticks right outside the little toes. Reach those hands up. Step back with the right foot. And hang. Bend that back knee straight down towards the floor. Do not arch the back though. So we're going straight down like an elevator. We're pushing the sticks into the floor about 40% tension. And now rotate left. Rotate right. As you rotate right, do not stand up. Stay down, stay in that hang position. Keep those hips square. Rotate left. So we're trying not to turn the hips. Rotate right. Rotate left. Rotate right. Back to center. Now let's switch sides. Give those arms a little bit of a break. Okay, ready? Step back with that left foot. Here we go. Ready? Grip and drop. Bend that back knee straight down towards the floor and rotate to the right. We're pushing the sticks into the ground the whole time at about 40% tension. Rotate left. Make sure when you rotate left that you stay down. Don't stand up. Keep those hips square. Rotate right. Rotate left. One more of each. Right. Left. Back to center and relax. Okay. Let's get those hips moving, all right? Feet together, sticks at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Hands are chest level, arms are extended. So we want a slight angle on the sticks so it follows that natural arm drive when we push down, all right? Here we go. Give me 50% tension, pushing those sticks into the floor. Now, let's bring that right hip up into flexion. Keep your middle of the upper leg bone right in the middle between those sticks. Ready? Internal rotation, external. Internal, external. Internal, external. Internal, external. Back to center. Let's lift that hip up a little bit higher. Ready? Internal, external, internal. External, nice tall spine, internal, external. Back to center and relax. Okay, ready? 50% tension, push, Bring your left hip up into flexion. Your foot's about a foot off the ground. Ready? Here we go. Internal, external, internal, external, internal, external. Back to center. Bring that hip up a little bit higher. Ready? Internal, external. Nice tall spine. External. That right glute should be talking to you right now. Back to center and relax. If you have trouble tapping one of the sticks, then move that stick closer to your midline, okay? Just that one stick. You don't have to move both, all right? We will have better internal or external rotation, and it can differ from each hip, so don't expect the same thing on either side, all right? Here we go. Now we're going to strengthen that up a little bit. Here we go. Ready? 60% tension. Push. Bring your right hip up into maximal flexion right now. So nice tall spine, driving that left leg straight down into the floor. Breathe. And now internal rotation and push. Drive that foot into the stick. If you're pushing the sticks in the floor 60%, push that foot into the stick at 60%. And now let's switch. Push. Here's your external rotation. Drive the side of that foot or the arch into that stick. Push. You should be able to see a little bit of flexion in those sticks. Ready? Back to internal. So there's your visual feedback. When you see that stick flexing, you know you're pushing hard. Ready? Back to the external. Push. Breathe. Stay nice and tall. Back to center and relax. Okay, let's switch sides. Ready? Here we go. Push. Bring your left hip up into maximal flexion and internal rotation. Drive. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. External rotation. Push. Back to internal. Push. Stay nice, tall. Really drive that right foot straight into the floor. External. Push. Back to center and relax. All right. Now, let's get some lateral tissue line in, okay? Your lateral hips are very important to make sure. It's a really key thing in helping prevent non-contact ACL injuries. So make sure your lateral hip tissues are really strong. Place the sticks at 3 and 9. Slide those sticks about a foot away. Hands are shoulder level. The arms stay at 3 and 9. Some people are going to want to move the arms, but we need to make sure that they stay in those arm slots. Okay, ready? 60% tension, pushing those sticks into the floor. Drive, push. You should feel your lats engage. Nice tall spine. Bring your right leg straight out to the side. So we're abducting out. Your leg stays straight. Remember, as we do this move, we want lateral tissue lines, so we don't want any external rotation of the femur, because then you'll start to feel the front of the hip. Okay, slide the foot forward, active leg lift. Stay nice and tall. You're working all your right lateral tissues right now. You should feel your right hip talking to you. Breathe. Remember, we want to feel lateral tissues, not front. Breathe. Bring it down. And now let's switch sides. Ready? 60% tension. Push. Abduct your left leg straight out to the side. So the midfoot should be pushing against the stick. Squeeze your glutes and tuck your pelvis. Slide your foot forward off the stick and active lift. Try not to lean. Try to stay nice and tall. It's relatively speaking. Okay, ready? Breathe. And back down. Okay, now we're going to activate posterior and anterior chains along with the lateral chain as we do this. Ready? Here we go. 60% tension, push. Bring your right leg out to the side. Make sure you keep your pelvis tucked underneath you. Some people want to tuck that pelvis back. Nay, nay. Squeeze those glutes and get that butt underneath you. Breathe. Slide your foot forward. Actively lift and now push back against the stick. You're driving that back of the leg against the stick. You're feeling lateral and lateral posterior tissues on that right side. Breathe. Hold that position. And now externally rotate the leg. So now you want your leg to turn up to the ceiling. Rotate it back to center. Rotate it back up. Rotate it back down and relax. That was fun, huh? Let's switch sides. Ready? Here we go. 60% tension. Push. Bring your left leg out to the side. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Slide your foot forward. Actively lift and now push back. So we have posterior lateral tissues on that left side. That right anterior arm line should be resisting. And now externally rotate the left leg. Rotate back to center. Rotate back again. Up. Rotate back down. And relax. Now let's get that lateral anterior tissue. Ready? Here we go. 60-70% tension. Push. Bring your right foot out to the side against the stick. Here's your static isometric. Breathe. Slide your foot behind the stick. Lift up and push forward. And now externally rotate. Those adductors are going to be like, whoa. Internally rotate or rotate back to center. Keep your butt underneath you. Externally rotate. Back to center and relax. Okay, here we go. Switch sides. Ready? 60-70% tension. Bring your left leg out and push. Full inhale, full exhale. Slide your foot behind the stick, lift up, and now drive forward. So your front lateral tissues on that left side should be firing. Externally rotate the left leg. Rotate back to center. Rotate back up. Rotate back to center. And relax. Whew, that's a nice one right there. Okay. Let's find your door jam. All right. What we're going to do here, we're going to get some squats in, and then we're going to work some shoulders and triceps. So let's set your feet wherever you typically like to squat, wherever you feel comfortable. Place the stick at 12 o'clock. Find your belly button and place both hands below your belly button. Give me 80% tension pushing the stick up into that doorway or door jam or stanchion. Push and now squat. Keep your heels flat and keep the stick centered. Squeeze your elbows in. Promote that thoracic extension. And now from here, shift your weight to the right and shift your weight left. Keep the stick still. Just shift your hips. Shift your weight. So your torso can shift with that. Back to center and come back up. Okay, ready? Switch hand position. Make sure both hands are below the belly button. Okay, ready? 80% tension, push, and now squat. Squeeze those elbows in to promote that thoracic extension. Breathe. Keeping the heels flat, do not let those heels come up. Rotate. So that right knee should go forward, the left knee should pull back. Rotate the opposite direction. Rotate to the left. You're still driving that stick up. Rotate to the right. One more of each. Rotate left. Rotate right. Back to center. And drive back up. Take a little breather. All right. Now, the stick is going to be behind you. So place it in the same position and stand in front of the stick. Okay? So the stick should be riding your spine. You should feel that all the way so that it's right in line with your spine. Place your hands behind your head. So feel that little bump at the back of your head. Place both hands, stack the hands right there. Ready? And push. At 70% tension, push that stick straight up into the stanchion above you. Try to squeeze your elbows in. Try not to let them flare out too much. Ease off tension. And now move the hands up 1 hand length each. Ready? Here we go. 70% tension. Push. Keep the ribs to the hips. Try not to let the ribs flare. Squeeze those abs tight. And relax. Let's move the hands up again. So as we lengthen the lever, we're going to have a little less stability. So it's going to be a lot more demanding. Ready? Here we go. 70% tension and push. So keep those abs tight. Ribs to hips. Squeeze those glutes. And relax. Take a second. Remember which hand you had in bottom position because we're going to switch it up in just a second. So if your right hand was on the bottom, you're going to, this time in the second round, your left hand is going to be on the bottom. All right? Okay, find that space. Place the stick in line with the spine. Make sure you switch hand position. So for me, my right hand was on the bottom first, so now my left hand is on the bottom. Here we go. Ready? Placing both hands right at the base of that skull. Ready? 70% tension and push. Do not hold your breath. Make sure you're breathing. And relax. Now let's climb the hands up 1 hand width or 1 hand length. Ready? Here we go. Ready? Push. 70% tension, driving, push. You're going to feel the triceps, the ribs, the shoulders. And relax. And let's go 1 more. Move the hands up another hand width each. Here we go. Ready? And push. Breathe. Pull those ribs down. Full inhale, full exhale. And relax. Okay. All right, let's get some stretching in, guys. Okay. So, I'm going to bring this chair over. Let's go 1 stick. Have a seat right on the edge of your chair. So remember, don't sit back too far, sit close to the edge of it. Okay? So we're going to take that right foot and we're going to extend it forward. Okay? Dorsiflex the ankles, so pull the toes towards your shin bone. All right? We're going to place the stick right outside that right leg. Okay? So stack the hands. We're going to push the stick into the floor about 30% tension. Remember, so we're stretching, so we're going to down regulate right now. And now hinge. So lower your sternum. So your objective is to push the sternum down towards that floor. Keep your back nice and flat. So you're only moving the hands to accommodate for the movement of the sternum of the torso. Once you feel that stretch in that right hamstring, you don't need to go any further than that. Now at 30% tension, push the right heel into the floor. You're going to feel that hamstring light up even more. Okay? Breathe. Come back up. Okay, now move the stick over to your left shoulder. All right? Okay, take the stick, extend it forward. Left hand on top, right hand in the midpoint. Push the stick into the floor, 30% tension, and now hinge. Reach. You should feel a little more stretch this time because we have your left shoulder, which connects to that right glute. Push that right heel into the floor when you feel that hamstring stretch. Breathe. You're opening up the ribs and the lat on that left side, opening up that hamstring and calf on that right side. Push. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Come back to center. And now let's switch sides. So the stick is already there on the left side. Just rest it right against the shoulder. Left heel is extended out. Dorsiflex the ankle, so pull the toes towards the shin bone. Push the stick into the floor at 30% tension, and now hinge. Lower your sternum towards the floor. Only moving the hands to accommodate for the sternum or the torso. As soon as you feel that stretch on that left hamstring, no need to go any further than that, okay? If you're stretching your hamstring, you want to have a flat back to get the maximum out of it. If you have a rounded lumbar spine, it's going to take away from it. Now, push the left heel into the floor at 30% tension. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Walk yourself back up. Now, move the stick to the right side, right? So it's against the right shoulder. Now extend the stick away, reach up with the right hand, and the left hand stays right about where the sticker is or the middle of the stick. So push the stick into the floor at 30% tension with both hands, and now reach forward, hinge. And as soon as you feel that stretch in that left hamstring, there's no need to go any further. You're pushing the stick into the floor, now push the left heel into the floor. Breathe. You're feeling that left arm line, lat, ribs right here, shoulder on that right side, feeling the hamstring on this left side. And relax. Good. Okay. Come on back up. So we're going to go posterior chain into anterior chain. I'll take a little side profile. So we're going to go from the hinge into the human sail. So let's set the feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. Place both sticks inside the insteps. Hands are right about top of the head level. Push the sticks into the floor at 30% tension, and now hinge. So it's essentially a standing child's pose here. Pushing the hips backwards. We have a soft angle at the knees. Breathe. And now from here, let's straighten the legs. For those of us with little tighter hamstrings, you're going to feel a nice stretch when you go to extend those legs, when you go to straighten the knees. Soften the knees, so center the ankle joint. Ready? And again. Remember, we're pushing those sticks into the floor at 30% tension the whole time. Soften the knees. And one more time. Extend the knees, push, breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Soften the knees. Okay, come up. We're pushing the sticks into the floor at 30% tension still. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck the pelvis and pull your head back and lean back. You're driving your butt forward and up towards the ceiling. Come back to center. Okay, ready? Here we go. 30% tension, push, squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis. So the bottom part of the hips are rolling forward. You're trying to pull the top of the hips back. Pull the arms back. Imagine there's wind pushing into your back and pushing you forward. Now in this position, look to your right and pull the right side back a little bit farther. Come back to center. Look to your left and pull your left back a little bit farther. Come back to center and relax. Let's go to that one more time. Ready? Here we go. Push, Squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, pull the arms back. And now watch my wrists. So take your wrists and extend them. So we're trying to pull the palms outward. So you want to turn your palms away from your center. Come back to center and relax. That was a nice little subtle move on the wrist extension, but as you extend the wrist, you're going to open up this anterior arm line when you're in that position, and that'll actually get into that chest a little bit also, all right? Okay. Now, let's go ahead and grab a couch cushion or something for your knee. We're going to go into that groin stretch, okay? So we're going to go into the Guitar Hero. So let's go knee down, right knee down on the floor. So remember, set your stick up so that you can align yourself. So your left knee is facing out to 9 o'clock right now. So my right knee is down, my left knee is facing 90 degrees away, all right? The back of my foot is extended. The ankle is extended, so the top of my foot is on the floor. If you look in the image of the camera right now, you can't see my back foot, which means my hip is in neutral position, which is where I want your hip also, all right? From here, we're going to take the left hand, we're going to reach down and grab the stick, okay? Hand should be just about shoulder level. From here, take the right hand and place it right in the middle of the stick. Imagine you're playing an air guitar, right? Okay. Take the top of that right foot and push it down into the floor. Squeeze the glutes and tuck the pelvis. As soon as you do that, you're going to feel that right through the front of the right hip. Maintain that tension and shift all your weight out onto this left leg. Keep your left heel flat though, so don't let that heel come up. Torso is nice and tall, so we're not going into flexion. Now take that right hand and push down on the stick. And that added tension is really going to light those hips up. You should feel that whole front groin area, adductors opening up a little bit. Ease off, shift weight back to center. If you can, move your foot out a little bit farther. Okay, if you have that mobility. If not, no big deal. All right, here we go. Take the top of that right foot, push it down into the floor, squeeze that right glute, tuck that pelvis, shift your weight out to the side. Your stick can slide a little bit if you need to. Ready? And now push. Breathe. Nice tall spine. We have to stay tall through the spine and keep the hips in extension, or else we won't get that opening up to the groin area. And relax. Let's switch sides, all right? So left knee is down, right foot is out. Use the stick to make sure everything's in alignment right now, all right? Top of the left foot is on the floor. Once again, you can't see my left foot, so I shouldn't be able to see yours if I was looking straight at your left leg. Your right leg is pointed out to 3 o'clock right now. Grab the stick with your right hand, left hand in the middle. Once again, imagine you're playing air guitar. Okay, take the top of that left foot, push it into the floor, 30% tension. Squeeze that left glute and post your pelvic tuck. You're gonna feel that right through the front of the hip. And now sink. Shift your weight out onto this right leg. And now take that left hand and push down. Stay nice and tall. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Ease off tension. If you can, move your foot out a little bit farther. Ready? Here we go. Push the top of the left foot into the floor. Squeeze that glute. Tuck that pelvis. And now sink weight out onto that left or right leg. And now push down with that left hand. Breathe. Full inhale. Full exhale. And relax. All right, come on up. Now, place the stick behind the mid-back in the crooks of the elbows. All right? Wide base. Go ahead, push the hands gently forward into the stick. So imagine you're trying to hand me something, so you're pushing those hands forward. Breathe, and now hinge. Soft angle at the knees. Keep your back flat. So here's my side profile, here's my hinge. All right? So you can see exactly what you should be in. Look how my lower leg bones are centered. I'm not hyperextending the knee. I'm working on centering those ankle joints. Go back to your front position. Now, take the right hand, reach across your body. Do not shift your hips. Come back to center. Now the left hand. Reach across your body. You can see how the left end of my stick is coming down towards the floor. Do not shift your hips. Your hips are staying centered. Back to center. And again, rotate to the right, or to the left, sorry. Your right hand is coming across your body. Come back to center. And now to the right. Breathe. Back to center. Come back up. And relax. Okay, let's finish up with one of our signature, our lateral bow and arrow, all right? Feet about shoulder width apart. Stick it at 3 o'clock, about 6 to 8 inches away from your midfoot. Right elbow at 90 degrees. Keep those hips square, so do not let that rotation take place. Left hand over the top. Push your hip out to 9 o'clock first, and then extend the arms away from you, directly out to 3. Do not let the ribs flare. Squeeze the glutes, tighten the abs. Make sure you keep the ribs connected to the hips. Ease off tension. A good cue here is to imagine if the stick were to suddenly disappear, would you fall over? So if you would fall over, that means you're not pushing your hip out to the side enough. Remember, the stick is there just to help add energy to the kinetic chain. Ease off tension. Rotate the stick slightly to help preserve the life of your stick. Hip out. Stick out. Breathe. Ribs to hips. Keep everything facing forward. Let your head tilt also. And relax. Okay, switch sides. Stick is at 9 o'clock, about 6 to 8 inches away from you. Left elbow at 90 degrees. Reach over the top with the right. Okay, ready? Hip out to 3 o'clock first, and push your arms out second. Ease off. Rotate the stick slightly, and again, hip out first, and stick out second. Ease off. One more time. Here we go. Ready? Stick out, hip out first, stick out second. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. And relax. Thank you for joining us again today. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Everybody out there, please stay healthy. Please stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Follow those CDC guidelines. Be sure if you need more content in between our workouts on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, check out our YouTube channel. We have a ton of videos. What I would recommend is pick maybe 2 or 3 lower body exercises, 2 or 3 upper body intense exercises, and maybe 1 or 2 whole body integration drills that we have on our YouTube channel. Incorporate those on days that we're not meeting here on live stream, all right? Until then, you can also check out our site, also stickmobility.com. Love everybody out there. Thank you very much. We appreciate every one of you. Stay safe. Until Tuesday, have a good one, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.